Hello students, good evening. Today we will be solving all the previous year's questions from these two chapters, polynomials and quadratic equations. In case you have not watched our video, which is in the first class we have explained both polynomial and quadratic equations chapters simultaneously because most of the topics coincide. So in case you haven't watched, you can watch this chapter. I will have mentioned the link for this video in the description. You can go through and you can watch it completely in detail. I have explained all the important points, formulas and some of the example problems also. So go through this first if you have not yet watched. Okay, in today's video, in today's class, what we will do is we will solve questions from these two chapters which were asked in previous year's question papers. Okay, I have already shared these two chapters, these two notes with you, right? These files have been shared with you already. I've given polynomials chapters notes, and it has all the important points, formula and all that, and certain example problems. And these example problems also please don't neglect because they were asked in previous year's questions, and it is also mentioned in which year this particular question has appeared. That also is mentioned. I am not going to explain example problems here because same type of questions are there in the practice questions. Okay, so under practice questions also we have chosen questions from previous years only. So basically when you are completing this one chapter, it is like you are thorough with the preparation for the exam as well. Okay, so we are going to, as many questions as possible we will solve in today's class, and this is for quadratic equations chapter. For this also, for each and every method the detailed steps are given, and then some example questions with problems are shared with you already in the WhatsApp group. In case you are not in the WhatsApp group, you can join by clicking on the link that is present in the description box. I have mentioned a link for Telegram group also. In Telegram group the advantages, or you can see all the previously shared files as well. Okay, and in this class, as I told you, we will be solving as many questions as possible from previous year's question papers of these two particular chapters questions only. Okay, and you don't have to write down the solution because immediately after this class you are going to get complete handwritten solution for both these chapters. Okay, for all the questions I have written handwritten answers, and that PDF I am going to share with you all. So you just focus on the procedure to solve the questions. So there are certain questions which are very similar. Such questions we will skip so that we can cover all types of questions in today's class. Okay, in case you are watching the video now live, you can ask the doubts. In case you are watching this video later, then you can mention your doubts in the comment section. We will resolve your doubts. Okay, fine, we will start solving our questions. So these are the questions from polynomials chapter. You already know what is a zero. Zero is that value of the variable which when substituted in this polynomial makes the polynomial's value 0. Okay, so if zeros alpha and beta of a polynomial are such that alpha minus beta is equal to 1, then find value of k. This is the question here. Now we will solve this question. We'll just copy this question. Right. So what are zeros? Zeros are those when substituted in place of x gives the value 0. So in this question, alpha and beta are the zeros of the equation, and we are supposed to find value of this k. And what have they given? Alpha minus beta equals to 1 means difference between zeros. So difference between zeros, we actually don't have any relation connecting to difference between zeros, but we know sum and product, right? So what are sum of zeros? Alpha plus beta, right? And what is product of zeros? Alpha into beta, isn't it? So we have already seen the result between these two. What is alpha plus beta? It is minus b by a, and alpha into beta is c by a. Here what are a, b, c? A is 1, right? Here we have a equals to 1, b equals to minus 7, and c is k. Understood? So we are going to use these results here. So we have alpha plus beta is minus b by a, which is equal to minus of minus 7 by 1, which is 7. And alpha into beta is c by a, which is k by 1. It's nothing but k. Now we know sum and product. We don't have any relation that connects the difference, but we can use this difference and we can find out the value of k. Basically we need to find value of k. We have a formula a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square is 4 times a into b. Okay, this is a standard result. So we have a plus b whole square, which is a square plus b square plus 2ab, and in a minus b whole square we have a square plus b square minus 2ab. So when we subtract this, a square and b square gets cancelled, minus 2ab in this becomes plus 2ab, so the result is 4ab. So we are going to use this result, and according to this, if I write the sum and difference, alpha plus beta whole square minus alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 4 times alpha into beta. Now I know all the values, right? Just substitute all the values and find out the value of k. So what is alpha plus beta? 7. 7 square minus. What is alpha minus beta? It is given that it is 1. So 1 square is equal to 4 times alpha into beta is your product, which is k. So we are going to get 7 square is 49 minus 1 is 48. So 4k is equal to 48. Therefore k is equal to 12. So whenever you have alpha minus beta or alpha plus beta, try to use these results: sum of the zeros, product of the zeros, and always make use of such shortcut formulas, which is going to make your solution easier. Okay, now let's solve the next question. So this is also similar. Alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial, then find the value of. They have asked you to find the value of this result. There are two ways of solving this. Yes, so we have the question ready. Yeah. So there are two ways of solving it. What is it? Method 1. In method 1, find alpha and beta. What are alpha and beta? They are zeros of the polynomial. Consider this equation, equate it to 0, find out the values of y, those are alpha and beta, and then substitute in this required polynomial. That is one way. Find alpha and beta and substitute the values in alpha plus beta plus alpha beta. This is one method. Okay, we will see both the methods. Method 2 is find, you know that here alpha plus beta is sum and alpha beta is product. So find out sum, find out product, and directly add them. This is the shorter method and this is the preferred method also. Now here what is A? A is 2, B is 7, C is 5. So method 2 is find alpha plus beta, which is sum of zeros, and alpha beta, which is product of zeros. Using these two, we can find out the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Okay, so here alpha plus beta is minus b by a, which is minus 7 by 2. Alpha beta is c by a, which is 5 by 2. Now what is our required expression here? Alpha plus beta plus alpha beta, right, which is minus 7 by 2 plus 5 by 2. Minus 7 plus 5 is plus 2. So 2 by 2 gives you answer 1. So answer for this question is the value of this expression alpha plus alpha beta is equal to 1. So this is one way of solving, and this is the preferred method. There is another method also, but it is not wrong. You can even use this method, but it is slightly lengthy. So let's see how to solve using this. Now you are supposed to first equate it to 0 in order to find the zeros. Okay, then you know how to do the factorization. 2 and 5 you multiply, you get 10. Now choose two numbers such that when you multiply you should get 10, when you add you should get 7. It's nothing but 2 and 5 only. 2 into 5 is 10, 2 plus 5 is 7. Now we need to split this 7y as 2y and 5y. So 2y square plus this 7y is written as 2y plus 5y plus 5 equals to 0. Now take common factors in these two. Okay, so here we will take 2y common, we get y plus 1. Here we will take 5 common, you will get y plus 1 equals to 0. Now we will again take common factors. Y plus 1 into 2y plus 5 is equal to 0. By equating each one separately to 0, you will get y equals to minus 1 or y equals to minus 5 by 2. So basically this is your alpha and this is your alpha and this is your beta. Okay, you can take as you want. I am going to consider those as alpha and beta. Now what is the required expression? Alpha plus beta plus alpha beta, right? So it is minus 1 minus 5 by 2 plus minus 1 into minus 5 by 2. Okay, so we are going to get minus 1 into minus 5 by 2 is plus 5 by 2. Actually, yeah, right. Minus 1 into minus 5 by 2 is plus 5 by 2. Plus 5 by 2 and minus 5 by 2 gets cancelled, and you are going to get the result minus 1, which is same as here. So whichever method you use, you are going to get the same solution. As I told you, we will choose this method. Okay. Now we will go to the next question. If alpha and beta are zeros of quadratic polynomial, then evaluate alpha cube plus beta cube. Here also you are going to use the standard formula. So we have the formula alpha cube plus beta cube, right? So we need to use basically here also sum and product only, and we know the formula, right? A plus b whole cube is equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Okay, so this is our standard formula. Here what do we need? We need this two only, alpha cube plus beta cube. Basically we need a cube plus b cube. To know this, we need to send 3ab into a plus b to LHS, which is going to become negative. So we are going to use that result now. So here I will write alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to, we have to first write this summation, which is alpha plus beta whole cube minus this 3ab into a plus b goes to LHS, it becomes minus 3ab into a plus b. See, this a plus b will not become a minus b because this is an entire term. Okay, this is one single term, which this plus symbol is going to become minus symbol when you go to LHS. So this is alpha beta. Okay, we will write it as alpha beta. Okay, now you know alpha plus beta is the sum, alpha beta is the product. So we will just find out what is the sum and the product, and we will substitute here in this equation. Okay, so from this a is 3, b is minus 5, c is minus 2. So what is sum? Sum of the zeros is alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a. Minus of minus 5 is plus 5, 5 by 3, and what is product of the roots? It is alpha beta, which is c by a which is minus 2 by 3. Now we will substitute it here. Therefore, alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to alpha plus beta is 5 by 3 whole cube minus 3 times alpha into beta is minus 2 by 3 into alpha plus beta is 5 by 3. Okay, now we will simplify this. 5 cube is 125 divided by 3 cube is 27. Minus into minus becomes plus and the whole product becomes plus. This 3 gets cancelled with this 3. We have 2 into 5 is 10. 10 by 3 is going to be the answer for the next formula. Now we will take LCM. To take LCM, you are basically supposed to make the denominator same. So 3 into 9 is going to give you 27. So here also you just multiply 9 so that it becomes same denominator. Okay, the denominators become equal. Now 27 is a common denominator. Here you have 125 plus 10 into 9 is 90. So therefore the answer is 215 divided by 27. So this is the answer. You can further divide it if it is divisible, otherwise you can keep it as it is. So in this case it is not divisible, so we are going to leave the solution as it is. So hope you understood all these. In all these things we are using sum and product and we are using standard formulas and we are solving these questions. Okay. Here also it is the same thing. This fourth question I am not going to solve. It is going to be an assignment for you. So we have an equation given. You are supposed to find value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. When you take LCM, you are going to get alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. So for fourth question, you are supposed to find 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, right? After taking LCM, denominator you will take product. In numerator you are going to get beta plus alpha, which is nothing but alpha plus beta. So the answer is sum of the zeros divided by product of the zeros. This is the hint for fourth question. You can solve it yourself, or again in the solution I am going to give you, it will have the detailed content. Okay, so if let's see the next question. If 1 0 of the polynomial 3x square minus 8x plus 2k plus 1 is 7 times the other, find the zeros and the value of k. So this is a different question. So let us solve this one. So here this entire thing is constant. This 2k plus 1 is your c. Okay. So what is a? A is 3. B is minus 8 and C is 2k plus 1. Okay. This is the coefficients and the constant from the given polynomial. And then they have given 1 0 is 7 times the other. So it means, so let alpha and beta be the zeros. Okay, let alpha and beta be the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, so given that alpha is equal to 7 times beta or beta equals to 7 times alpha, you can write as you want, as you like. So 1 0 is 7 times the other. So if beta is one of the zeros, alpha is 7 times beta, or you can write beta equals to 7 times alpha. Anything you can write. I will take this now. Okay, so let me not write this. Now find the zeros and value of k is given. Now it is easy to find. Again we can take sum and product and we can find out the answer. So what is alpha plus beta? It is the sum, right? So sum is minus b by a, which is minus 8 by 3. Okay, minus b, b is already minus 8, so it becomes plus 8 by 3 is the sum. Here I will substitute 7 beta for alpha. So 7 beta plus beta is equal to 8 by 3. So which gives 8 beta equals to 8 by 3. 8 gets cancelled, so I will get beta as 1 by 3. Okay, now we have the next one, that is product. So this is sum. Now let me consider product of the zeros. So product of zeros is alpha into beta, which is equal to C by A. What is C by A? 2k plus 1 divided by 3. Now we know that alpha is 7 beta, isn't it? So since alpha is equal to 7 times beta, I am going to substitute that here. So 7 times beta into beta, that is equal to 2k plus 1 by 3. Now what is beta? It is 1 by 3. So 7 into beta square basically. So it is going to be 7 into 1 by 9. 7 into 1 by 3 into 1 by 3, right? And this is equal to 2k plus 1 by 3. So we are going to get 7 by 9 here, that is 2k plus 1 by 3. So this 3 cancels this, so we will get 2k plus 1 equals to 7 by 3. Take 1 to RHS. 2k equals to 7 by 3 minus 1. Okay, so 7 by 3 minus 1 gives you 7 minus 3 by 3, which is going to be 4 by 3. So k is equal to 2 gets cancelled, you will get 2 by 3. So this is the solution. So therefore k is 2 by 3. So basically you have to use most of the questions, you have to use sum and product only. Find out unknown values and then find whatever is asked for. So this is the solution for this question. Now let us see the next one. If sum and product of zeros are respectively 8 and 12, then find their zeros. So this is again a very easy question where we don't have to know the polynomial also. They have given two numbers. Whose sum and product is given already. You have to find the zeros. So what is given? Sum is given. It is 8. Okay. Sum is 8. And what is product? It is 12. Substitute one in the other. Simple. So alpha is equal to 8 minus beta. Substitute this in this one. So in place of alpha, I will write 8 minus beta into beta equals to 12. So this becomes 8 beta minus beta square minus 12 equals to 0. So I will take a minus sign common here so that beta square is going to be positive. So this becomes beta square minus 8 beta plus 12 equals to 0. Now factorize this and solve. You're going to get the zeros of the equation. Now to factorize, we need to multiply the coefficient of beta square and the constant, which is 12, and then split it into two numbers such that when you multiply you get plus 12 and when you add you should get minus 8. Keep in mind the signs are very important. So it is minus 2 minus 6. Minus 2 into minus 6 gives you plus 12. When you add, you will get minus 8. So let us split it and write minus 2 beta minus 6 beta plus 12 equals to 0. Now here beta is common. You get beta minus 2. Here minus 6 is common. You get beta minus 2. Now take beta minus 2 common. You will get beta minus 6. So what are the zeros of the polynomial here? Therefore 2 beta equals to 2 or beta equals to 6. So basically whatever values you're going to get, those are the zeros of the polynomial. Therefore zeros of the polynomial are, your presentation of the answer very important. Zeros of the polynomial are 2 and 6. it doesn't matter whether you take alpha equals to 8 minus beta or beta equals to 8 minus alpha. Since I have taken alpha equals to 8 minus beta, I get the answers in beta. Okay, if you take beta equals to 8 minus alpha, you are going to get the same answers, but you will get alpha equals to 2 or alpha equals to 6, doesn't matter. Whatever answers you get here finally, those are the zeros of the polynomial. Clear? Hope it is clear. Let me know if you have any doubts. If you have any specific question that you have come across which you are not able to solve, you can still send that. You can still mention that in the comment section, so that we will be solving those things, okay, in the upcoming classes, or we will put the solution of that in the Telegram group and the WhatsApp group, okay. Right, so find quadratic polynomial whose zeros are 2 and minus 6. Verify relation between coefficients and zeros of the polynomial is given. This is again one of the example problems is there, which is very similar to this. You can refer, exactly similar example problem is there. If alpha and beta are zeros of quadratic polynomial, then find polynomial whose zeros are 2 alpha plus beta and 2 beta minus 2 beta plus 1. So this is again you need to find alpha and beta, which are zeros of this, and then find out what is 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1, and then find out that polynomial. Slightly lengthy question. So let us see how to solve this one. Understand the question first. This is polynomial, first polynomial, given polynomial. For this, the zeros are alpha and beta. We are supposed to find another polynomial whose zeros are 2 alpha plus 1, 2 beta plus 1. Understood? Now, how to find a polynomial when zeros are given? Very simple. X square plus x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. Now, I need to know 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1 values. Once I know, I am going to add these two and I am going to multiply these two. Using that, I can write the required polynomial. To do that, first I need to know the values of alpha and beta. So let us first solve this given polynomial. Okay. So what is the solution for this? Given polynomial is f of x equals to x square plus x minus 2. Okay. And it is also given that alpha and beta are zeros of, so this we will mark it as equation 1, okay. Alpha and beta are zeros of 1, okay. So now let us first find the zeros of this. So to get this, we will equate it to 0. And now product I need to take. X square coefficient is 1, constant is minus 2. So choose two numbers such that when you multiply you should get minus 2 and when you add you should get plus 1. So it is plus 2 and minus 1. So when you multiply you get minus 2, when you add you get plus 1. Okay. Now we will simplify this. X square minus x square plus 2x minus 1x minus 2 equals to 0. Here x is common, we get x plus 2. Here minus 1 is common, we get x plus 2. So taking x plus 2 common again, we get x minus 1. So these are the factors. Now what are zeros of this polynomial? X equals to 1 and x equals to minus 2. Therefore, alpha is 1 and beta is minus 2, right? Now, this is the zeros of given polynomial. Are zeros of given polynomial, okay? Now, we are supposed to find another polynomial. So for that, they have given zeros of required polynomial or expected polynomial, write whatever you want. So zeros of required polynomial is 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. That is, alpha is 1. So 2 into 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3 and 2 beta plus 1. 2 into beta is minus 2. So 2 into minus 2 is minus 4. Minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. Understood? So we had zeros of the given polynomial. Using that, we found out zeros of the required polynomial. So the required polynomials zeros are 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. So I have found what are the values of 2 alpha plus 1 and 2 beta plus 1. So it is 3 and minus 3. So these are zeros of required polynomial. Therefore, what is a required polynomial? Therefore, required polynomial is x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zeros. Okay. So, what is sum? 3 and minus 3. It actually becomes 0 plus product is 3 into minus 3. Okay. So, that gives x square minus 0x minus 9. So that is x square minus 9 is the required polynomial. Hope this is clear. So one polynomial they have given, we found the zeros of it. Using that, we found zeros of the required polynomial and then we used the sum and product of it to write the required polynomial. So it's quite a lengthy question. So it's going to come under 3 marks or 5 marks section. So hope this is clear. It's an easy one. It is like solving two different questions. Sometimes they'll give you polynomial and ask you to find zeros. Sometimes they'll give you zeros and then ask you to find polynomial. Here both are combined. They've given one polynomial. Using that you are finding the zeros. With these zeros you are finding polynomial of another. You are finding the polynomial for one more. Right. Now let's go to the next one. Divide the polynomial by another polynomial and verify division algorithm. This is an important question, but for this time I am going to skip this because this year you know that the division algorithm or the division theorem is removed from your syllabus for 2021 exam. So let's not waste time in learning that right now. So you don't need division algorithm based problems. So from previous year's questions, when you are practicing, exclude the questions wherein division algorithm is used because this year you are not going to get that question. Okay. So this is also based on divisibility only. So let's not do that as well. So this is also divisibility question. Okay. Find divided by, yeah, so this is all based on divisibility. For what value of k, right, minus 2 is 0 of the polynomial is completely divisible, reciprocal to the other. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So let's solve this one. If 1 0 is reciprocal of other, see these two questions are same. Okay, I mean very similar. See here we have question number 18. If 1 0 of the polynomial is reciprocal of the other, find value of a is given. Similar question is there here. If 1 0 is reciprocal to the other, find the value of k. We will solve this one and the other question is going to be similar to that. Right. So, if 1 0 is reciprocal to the other means let alpha and beta be the zeros. Okay. Given that one is a reciprocal of the other, so I will write beta equals to 1 by alpha. You can also write alpha equals to 1 by beta, doesn't matter. So I am writing beta equals to 1 by alpha. So and then you're supposed to find value of k. So next we will use just sum and product rule and we will find out. So what is the given polynomial? You're supposed to write the given polynomial first. Given polynomial is 2x square minus 3mx plus k. Okay. Now we are supposed to find value of k, right? So alpha plus beta, which is sum. This is minus b by a. So what is b? It is minus 3m, into minus becomes plus, so 3m by 2. This is alpha plus beta, and then product. I think the question is wrong. So let's just exclude this m. This m will not come here. Okay, it is just 3x. I think it's a typing mistake. So 2x square minus 3x plus k. You will not have two different unknowns. Okay, minus b by a. B is minus 3, so minus b will be plus 3 by 2. Then product is alpha into beta, which is what is given, c by a, right? C by a is k by 2. Okay, now we need to know what is alpha into beta, right? Here alpha plus beta is 3 by 2. Here I am going to write beta as 1 by alpha. 1 by alpha, and that is equal to, or let me not write here. Okay, let's write it here. Beta is 1 by alpha. Okay, so this is equal to k by 2. So alpha gets cancelled, and we have 1 is equal to k by 2. So k is equal to 2. Okay, so this is the answer. There is another shortcut to do this. Okay, you can use this shortcut only if your question is for 1 mark. Okay, if it is for 2 or 3 marks, don't use this shortcut, use the usual method. So what is the shortcut is, whenever one root 1 0 is the reciprocal of the other. Remember, whenever, what is the note here? If 1 0 is reciprocal of other, then product will be equal to 1. This is the standard result. Okay, if 1 0 is reciprocal of the other, then product will be equal to 1. So but for this, to implement this, your polynomial should be of a standard form. Here what is the important point that you need to remember is, coefficient of x square should be equal to 1. Okay, should be 1. So how to solve this is, if you have a polynomial, okay, so that is suppose given polynomial. So I will show you the shortcut method to do this. So given polynomial is 2x square minus 3x plus k, right? So first, to find it as equal to 0, we have to equate it to 0. To find zeros of the polynomial, we equate it to 0, right? After equating it to 0, convert it to standard form. What is the standard form? Coefficient of x square should be 1. So what is the coefficient of x square here? Is it 1? No. So divide by coefficient of x square. Okay, divide by 2. Divide the entire equation by 2. Both left hand side and right hand side should be divided by 2. Why should you divide by 2? Because we want to convert it to the standard form. And in the standard form, coefficient of x square will be equal to 1. Okay, here since coefficient of x square is not 1, whatever is the number, we divide it by that, so that we make the coefficient as 1. So I will now divide the entire equation by 2. So it becomes x square minus 3 by 2x plus k by 2 equals to 0. Next, we use this property. If 1 0 is reciprocal of the other, then product is 1. So what is product? C by A, right? So k by 2 is C. divided by coefficient of x square is 1 in this case, or even from this if you write also it's going to be a. This is equal to 1, therefore k equals to 2. Understood? So we can directly arrive at this conclusion if you know this property. So this is one shortcut trick, but remember you need to use this trick only if the question is given for 1 mark. If it is given for more marks, then use the normal method. Right, so find all zeros if two of its zeros are okay. No. If alpha and beta are zeros, then find value of k if alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta by 2. Okay, so this is quite an easy question and interesting one. So let's solve this. After solving this, we will go to quadratic equations. Okay. See, we can even have one more class for solving these equations. Right, so here alpha and beta are zeros of the quadratic polynomial is given here, and then you need to find value of k, and they have given alpha plus beta is product by 2. Okay, so let's take the polynomial. Given polynomial is p of x, which is equal to x square minus k plus 6 plus 2 into 2k minus 1. Okay, so this is the given polynomial. Now in this polynomial we have values k. We are supposed to find value of k now. So what is the let alpha and beta be 0. So that is also given only. Okay, so we are not assuming it. Given alpha and beta are the zeros of polynomial 1. Okay, now let us write sum. What is sum? Alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a. So from this equation, what is minus b? Minus of k plus 6 is b. So since we have minus b, it becomes positive. So we get k plus 6. And there is an x missing here, so let's write that as well. So k plus 6 divided by a is 1. Okay, so the answer is k plus 6. This is the sum. And what is product? Alpha into beta, it is c by a, and c is 2 into 2k plus 1 by a is 1. So this is 4k plus 2. Okay, now the question given is alpha plus beta. They have given a result. What is that? Given alpha plus beta is equal to alpha beta by 2. Now substitute the sum and product we have just found. So what is alpha plus beta? K plus 6, right? That is equal to, what is alpha beta? It is 4k plus 2 divided by 2. So this is 2k plus 1. Now simplify this to get the value of k. So 2k you have here, take it to LHS, it becomes minus 2k plus k. Here you have 1, 6 comes to RHS, it becomes minus 6. So minus k equals to minus 5 implies k equals to 5 is your required solution. So let's solve a few more questions in this polynomials itself. In our next class, probably tomorrow or day after, we will have the solutions for quadratic equations questions. Okay, so let's not hurry. Take it slow, practice well. So your preparation should be such that, like, once you are preparing for one chapter, it has to be complete, so that marks from that chapter is guaranteed for you. So I will be sharing with you within a couple of days. I will be sharing with you the complete study pattern and the plan strategy to prepare in the next 2 months, so that you can score 90 plus in your exam in max you can score 90 plus, and that will be guaranteed if you follow the strategy very strictly. So I will be sharing that with you in the next couple of days, and I will also be sharing with you a Google Sheet in which you can track your progress along with other members of the group. You can enter your name, you can mention which all chapters you have completed, and that will give you an overview of how much marks you are ready for the exam. Okay, so that will help you like a live tracker. It will help you to track your progress with other members in the group, so that way you get motivated to learn more. Okay, so in our next class we can do this quadratic equations. In this class let us continue some more questions of this polynomials itself. Okay. Right, so next let us see the next question here. Find zeros of the polynomial by factorization method and verify relations between zeros and their coefficients. So this is very easy, like the relation between zeros and coefficients is nothing but sum of zeros and the product of zeros. You have to just verify it, show that it is equal to b by a and it is equal to c by a. That's it. First you need to find the zeros using factorization method. After finding zeros using factorization method, show the results, that is sum is minus b by a, product is c by a, and show that it is equal as per the given polynomial. Okay, so now let us solve this one. If zeros of the polynomial are double in value to zeros of the other one, find the values of p and q. Okay. This is very tricky one. So here they have given if zeros of the polynomial x square plus px plus q are double in value to the zeros of 2x square minus 5x minus 3, then find the values of p and q is your question now. Now zeros of this are double, okay, compared to zeros of this one. Now let us find alpha and beta as zeros of these equations. So let me take a and b, and here let me take c and d as zeros of these equations. Now zeros of the first equation are double in value compared to zeros of the second one. Okay, given x square plus px plus q, and this is equation number 1. Okay, and then 2x square minus 5x minus 3, this is going to be equation number 2. Let a and b be the zeros of 1. Okay, let a and b be the zeros of 1. So what is the sum? A plus b is equal to minus b by a, right? So which is minus p by 1, it's going to be minus p. And what is the product? A into b, which is equal to c by a, which is q, right? Now here let c and d be the zeros. So what is the sum? C plus d, right? So c plus d is minus b by a, which is minus of minus 5 is plus 5 by 2, and product is c into d, which is c by a. Okay, that is minus 3 by 2. This is the product. Okay, now what is that you need to observe here is these roots, these zeros are double in value to these zeros, means a is 2 times c and b is 2 times d. Okay, given a and b are double of c and d, that is a is double of c and b is double of d. Okay, now substitute these values. You are basically supposed to find value of P and Q, which you will get by substituting the values of A and B. Okay, so now let's take the sum here. So what is the sum? A plus B becomes 2C plus 2D. Understood? So take 2 common, you get C plus D. Now we have the value of C plus D. What is C plus D? It is 5 by 2. So this gets cancelled and you get the value 5. Now what is A plus B? A plus B is minus P, right? This is equal to minus P. Therefore, P is equal to minus 5. Hope you understood. Now let me take the product A into B. A into B is A is 2 into C and B is 2 into D. When you multiply, you get 4 times C into D. And what is C into D? It is minus 3 by 2. On simplification, you will get minus 6 and this is equal to Q, right? Therefore, Q is equal to minus 6. So, from the first equation, we are finding sum and product and we get some values P and Q. From the second polynomial, we are finding the sum and product. Since the first zeros are double the second zeros, we are substituting these values in this and finding out the value of P and Q. So, using this procedure, you will get the values of P and Q as minus 5 and minus 6. Okay. So any doubts, let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we will wind up the session. Please let me know if you have any doubts in the chat section. So all the questions which are not yet solved, I will be sharing the handwritten solutions for all these questions. Okay. For all these 27 questions, I will share the handwritten solutions to you. You can first solve all these questions and then compare your answers with the solutions that I have given. In case you have any doubts, you can text me in the WhatsApp also, so that we can discuss that in the next class. In the next class, we are going to solve all the questions of quadratic equations. Okay, and the next class probably is going to be tomorrow or day after. I will announce it in the group. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe and also press that, turn on that notification icon, okay, that bell icon. Only then you will be getting live updates of the classes that I am going to schedule. Because even if you miss the WhatsApp link, see, WhatsApp link I'll be sharing, all of you will not be active in WhatsApp, right? So when you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, just before half an hour you will get a reminder that the class is going to start half an hour before, 10 minutes before, and just when we start the live class also you will get reminders. That way you will not miss the classes. Okay, and also provide your suggestions and feedback in the comment section without fail, so that will help us to improve our classes further. So the only motto of this classes is to help you score very good marks in your upcoming board exams. So if you think the classes are slow, or if you think the explanation is fast, or if you want any further help, we are happy to extend our help. Please mention your suggestions and feedback in the comment section. Also share this link with all your classmates. So study well. See you tomorrow. Until then, good night. Bye bye.